Acts 16:16 through 39. Easy to read version. The early church. Paul and Silas in jail. One day we were going to the place for prayer, and a servant girl met us. She had a spirit in her that gave her the power to tell what would happen in the future. By doing this, she earned a lot of money for the men who owned her. She started following Paul and the rest of us around. She kept shouting, "These men are servants of the Most High God. They are telling you how you can be saved." She continued doing this for many days. This bothered Paul, so he turned and said to the spirit, "By the power of Jesus Christ, I command you to come out of her." Immediately the spirit came out. When the men who owned the servant girl saw this, they realized that they could no longer use her to make money. So they grabbed Paul and Silas and dragged them to the public square to meet with the authorities. They brought Paul and Silas before the Roman officials and said, "These men are Jews, and they are making trouble in our city. They are telling people to do things that are not right for us as Romans to do." The whole crowd turned against Paul and Silas. The officials tore the clothes off both men and ordered that they be beaten with rods. They were beaten severely and thrown into jail. The officials told the jailer, "Guard them very carefully." When the jailer heard this special order, he put Paul and Silas far inside the jail and bound their feet between large blocks of wood. About midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing songs to God. The other prisoners were listening to them. Suddenly there was an earthquake so strong that it shook the foundation of the jail. All the doors of the jail opened, and the chains on all the prisoners fell off. The jailer woke up and saw that the jail doors were open. He thought that the prisoners had already escaped, so he got his sword and was ready to kill himself. But Paul shouted, "Don't hurt yourself, we are all here." The jailer told someone to bring a light. Then he ran inside and, shaking with fear, fell down in front of Paul and Silas. Then he brought them outside and said, "Men, what must I do to be saved?" They said to him, "Believe in the Lord Jesus, and you will be saved, you and all who live in your house." So Paul and Silas told the message of the Lord to the jailer and all the people who lived in his house. It was late at night, but the jailer took Paul and Silas and washed their wounds. Then the jailer and all his people were baptized. After this, the jailer took Paul and Silas home and gave them some food. All the people were very happy because they now believed in God. The next morning, the Roman officials sent some soldiers to tell the jailer, "Let these men go free." The jailer said to Paul, "The officials have sent these soldiers to let you go free. You can leave now. Go in peace." But Paul said to the soldiers, "Those officials did not prove that we did anything wrong, but they beat us in public and put us in jail, and we are Roman citizens. Now they want us to go away quietly. No, they must come here themselves and lead us out." The soldiers told the officials what Paul said. When they heard that Paul and Silas were Roman citizens, they were afraid. So they came and told them they were sorry. They led them out of the jail and asked them to leave the city.